Dara Khosrowshahi wrote a letter to the President of the United States saying he doesn't want a bailout. But what does he want? Let's talk about it. Welcome everyone, I'm Mark. This is Mark's Travel Time. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to ask that you subscribe by clicking my face in the corner, and don't forget to ring that bell icon so you know when I post new videos. This came across my desk. Actually, it was sent to me by viewer Jeff, but it's been all over the place, and I want to talk about it because I wonder if this is another wolves in sheep's clothing type of story. This came down from Dara Khosrowshahi, who is the CEO of Uber, and I know I didn't do it. There you go, for those of you who just wait for the sound effects. And he actually went to Twitter and also wrote a letter to the president. In the Twitter, he referenced the letter. So I want to take this in small pieces. This is so interesting. I think it gives real insight into the man, into the company, and into what I think are unreal expectations and just another attempt at manipulation and controlling the public relations of Uber, especially during the coronavirus. As a matter of fact, I think that this is a perfect example of taking advantage of a tragedy. And I don't know if drivers are really going to benefit from it. Matter of fact, I'm sure drivers are not going to be benefiting from it. In fact, I think drivers are sort of being taken advantage of and being played here. So, here is the tweet. My request of America's leaders: make sure Uber drivers and delivery people, along with all independent workers in the gig economy and beyond, get immediate protection and support in COVID-19 stimulus packages. Okay, so if you read the letter to the president, it's saying things like, my goal in writing you is not to ask for a bailout, but rather for support for the independent workers on our platform. And once we get past this immediate crisis, the opportunity to legally provide them with a safety net going forward. Now, this is absolutely crazy because essentially what he's saying is he wants unemployment protection. But Uber as a company has not contributed to the unemployment system. They refuse to acknowledge drivers as employees. Now, I know a lot of drivers say, I don't want to be an employee. Okay, that's great. I'm in the same opinion. I don't really want to be an employee. But if you're going to ask as a company for unemployment benefits, you have to pay into the system. It's sort of like if I would get in an accident, and then I'd call State Farm and say, hey, I got in an accident, I want you to cover it. And they'd say, well, do you have a policy? Well, no, I don't, but you're an insurance company, you should cover it. Yeah, but you're not paying us. I know you're not being paid, but I got in an accident, and I think you should cover it. I wasn't expecting this to happen. That's the exact thing. Well, we didn't know COVID was going to come up, so you should cover it. You should have some unemployment benefits. Now, call it what you want. Call it stimulus. Stimulus that is going to everybody is one thing. Asking for stimulus for one part of the population is, if it's not a bailout and it's not unemployment, what is it? What is it? And here is the second part. And the second part is crazy. I've also asked lawmakers to require companies like Uber to provide new benefits and protections to independent contractors going forward. Together, we can create a new standard for flexible work that benefits all who choose it and is available to as many as possible. Think about what is said in that statement. I've asked lawmakers to require companies like Uber to provide new benefits and protections to independent contractors. You mean to tell me, Dara Khosrowshahi, that you will not give benefits and protection to your drivers unless you are required to do so by law? Now, he knows passing laws is a cumbersome thing, and it's so much easier said than done. And you can now look like the white knight in shining armor by saying, well, I asked them to do it. I'm on your side. I really wanted this to happen, but they wouldn't pass a law, so I guess we can't do it. You do not have to have a law to treat people well. We all know people, friends, neighbors, associates, maybe just things we heard on the news. Some companies, some people work for companies that are better. Some work for companies that are worse, right? Some companies have great benefit packages. Oh my goodness, that you really have a good insurance. Wow, they really put a lot of money into your 401k. Oh, you mean you get to have, a flexible work day? Yeah, there are so many things. You're kidding me? Your company buys lunch for all their employees? They don't do that because they're required by law. They do it because every company can run their business however they want. And dastardly Dara, in saying, I've asked lawmakers to require companies like Uber to provide new benefits and protections, that is just that's smoke and mirrors. If he wants to provide benefits and protections, he can provide benefits and protections. I'm sorry, I know I am getting, emotional here, but I am passionate about this. I sincerely believe that an employer, if you are sincere, you will move forward and just do this for the people who work for you. I don't care if they're categorized as independent contractors or employees. They are working for you. They are benefiting you. They are putting that $10 billion that you say you have in reserve to get you through the coronavirus package. Where did that money come from? That money came from drivers. That is your only source of income. Other than investors, the only money that comes into your company right now is coming from drivers. It's the only people it's coming from. If you want to give them benefits and protections, you can do that. It's your decision. The reason that dastardly Dara is not doing that is he chooses not to do it. He only has one major competitor, right? If he's saying, well, we can't do it, we can't afford to do it if it's not an industry standard. Uber, you are setting the industry standard. Are you kidding me? If you decide to go ahead with benefits and protections for your drivers, do you think anybody is going to drive for Lyft? They're all going to jump off that ship because they're not getting benefits and protection. And what's going to happen as a result? Lyft is going to respond by providing similar packages. But by saying it's got to be required by a law, that is a loophole. That is just your way to sneak out the back door. That's your way of looking good. Well, I asked for it. I demanded it. It didn't happen. So now I'm sorry, but we can't do that for you. Baloney. You can provide protection. You can provide benefits if you want. This is so disingenuous to say I'm sending a letter to the president asking for this. And to say that the government should be providing benefits when you refuse to pay in. Where does unemployment insurance come from anyways? I'm going to read it right here. U.S. Department of Labor's unemployment insurance program is funded through unemployment insurance taxes paid by employers and collected by the state and federal governments. If you are not paying into that program, how can you expect drivers to get benefits? All you want, Dara Khosrowshahi, is to push the responsibility off on other people. In this case, it's the government. The government should be protecting my people. The government should be changing the laws. The government should be sending out benefits. Dara, you're the one that's collecting the money. You're the one that is reaping the benefits of all of the work of the drivers. You're the one that can make a decision. You can provide protections. You can provide benefits. You choose not to. And when I read this, I could hardly believe it. And Jeff, who sent this in to me, what was his comment? What am I reading from diarrhea is what he called him. I am so glad that I have viewers that are recognizing this for the BS that it is. For him to put out stuff like this and act like he is a champion of the downtrodden, to act like he is supporting drivers, it just makes me shake my head and say, who is being fooled here? Didn't Obi-Wan Kenobi have something like that? Who's more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him? Maybe we should be asking ourselves that question. All right, everybody. I know that these are tough times. Get out there and drive. I had planned to go out and do a lot of deliveries this week, and my life just got swept up in a lot of things. You know, as we all know, things, the world's changing fast, and I just haven't had the opportunity. I'm going to try to do a little bit of that this afternoon, and tomorrow afternoon I will let you know how that goes. Other than that, the other big news is Trip. Remember Trip? Trip, I just got my email from Trip, and Trip is having a meeting tonight, an online meeting, and what does it say? I'm going to have to read it here. Trip rides tonight, the latest on Miami. Woohoo! Can't wait to hear that. And an update on a driver, Vincent Verger, will be joining us for Vincent Verger must be someone from Trip. And a very clever driver, L. Walker, is it L or Eli Walker, who created, it says L, created a fantastic solution to coronavirus protection for himself and his riders. It's not rocket science here. Keep things clean. It's that simple. If you want to get in on it, I'll tell you, attend that session. It is going to be on Zoom and Facebook. With that, I'm going to ask, please like and share the videos. Leave your comments down below. Like and share the videos. Did I already say that? Click my face in the corner, subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell icon up above. That way you will know when I post new videos. I'm Mark, and this is Mark's Travel Time.